All right. This is take two. All right. Welcome, guys. Campbell here from Spiral Up. And this is Waking Up is Hard to Do. So I thought we'd just have a chat. There's a lot going on in the world at the moment. Lots of people, in commas, waking up, basically, becoming aware of, what this place is, what's been going on, who the controllers are, how we've been controlled. And so, yeah, there's a lot of people that have, really just in the last, 12 to 18 months have come to the realization that, maybe the media is lying to them. Maybe the governments aren't there to help them. Maybe there's a different agenda going on behind the scenes. And, we're calling this, waking up. And, I guess it is. It's waking up to what's been going on around us, becoming aware, more aware. But the thing is, what waking up, the waking up is, I was talking to Bernard Conklin the other day, and he was talking about the different levels of reality and how it starts as like a circle is one, and the next layer is polarity. So 2D is polarity, like the yin yang, right and wrong. And 3D is where you get that thought in between the polarity. So you have the right, wrong, but then you're able to think in between. And so this is what we see is there's so many people walking around and they don't have that thinking bit. They're caught in 2D. It's like everything has to be right or wrong. And then what happens is a lot of these people wake up to what's going on, but they don't get out of that judgment, out of, this is bad, this is, and I understand when you first, learn about all this information, it can be a shock, your world can get turned upside down. And, it really, it can put you in a place of thinking that it's the world's bad. But that's obviously a perspective. So that's still 2D thinking. So, waking up is a process. There's no point where you're like fully awake. It's a process of just, becoming more aware. The higher you climb, the further you can see. And so what I see a lot at the moment is people who are becoming aware of information, waking up, but they're not stepping into the 3D. They're staying in the 2D. So they're staying in this judgment, right or wrong. You're on that side, I'm on this side. And I mean, this is playing out hugely at the moment, just in reality in general, but on social media with, the whole USA and the right v the left. A lot of it is you're right, I'm wrong, rather than putting the thinking in the middle and trying to get to solutions. Of course, a lot of, people in there are, but the general theme is two parties, fighting against each other. I'm right, you're wrong. Now that's 2D, and we can see where that thinking leads. It's downwards, there's spiraling down. So when you become aware of information, it's good, if you've seen my other channel, it's called Autodidactic, right? And this means to be self-educated. So being self-educated is all about getting as many different points of view as you can. Okay, because obviously if you've only got one point of view, that's just someone telling you something. If you've only got 2 points of view, then you're stuck in that black, white, right or wrong, right? One is right, one is wrong. So we need as many perspectives as we can get before we can actually make a decision of our own, come to our own conclusions. And so with waking up, it's the biggest step. I mean, the information is what, triggers, oh my God, there's more going on. Maybe I should have a look around and research. That's what triggers that. But the waking up process is really, it's consciousness. It's raising your vibration, your energy. And that is from, you see, we're in the 3D world, but there's so many beings around that are still 2D. And these are probably the people that we're now, a lot of people are labeling NPCs because they're just right or wrong. You have to have it or you're wrong. If you don't believe, the science, then you're wrong. It's very right, wrong, 2D thinking. And that's what we're seeing. And then we have the 3D, the people in 3D who can think in between the right and wrong and get information. And excuse me. And that's where we are at 3D. But this just shows us who's really, controlling, who's the author of this reality. It's authority, right? Authority. That they're writing the script, and their script is to keep us in 2D. So waking up is first of all realizing that you're in 2D. That's the waking up, and getting into the 3D reality where you start to think and get information. But then at this point in time, we're moving up as well, and seeing it as a bigger picture, and that everyone's one, we're one integrated system, shall we call it that. That's where we're going. But yeah, when you get onto this information, if you're sort of new to what's going on and all this kind of stuff, just take time to to think and to come to your conclusions and to work out what you actually believe, what your perspective is. Because with all this new information, it's so easy to just jump on and go, oh, this is right and that makes that wrong. But that's staying in 2D. That's not stepping up into 3D and into your power and using your your power of your mind and the imagination, right? Where the magic lives. Magi, the magicians, the three wise men. Imagination. That's what your imagination is. So, yeah, I just with all this stuff, just the more perspective you have, the calmer you'll be, the better you'll be able to get your message across to people. The last thing we want to do is have people, waking up, getting one piece of knowledge and then running around yelling at people, because that doesn't help anything. It just makes everyone look crazy, especially the person running around yelling, because that's 2D thinking. You have to go above that. So, the first step is realizing that something's going on, that there's been a lot going on that you haven't recognized, and you're recognizing it. And then the process of waking up starts. You've got to then move into the 3D world, move into that thinking world, and get out of the right or wrong. And you just need to look around. This is what obviously all the intelligent people, all the philosophers and that's what they do. You never hear them say you're right, you're wrong. They always explain different perspectives so that you can get your own perspective, because in the end we're all in our own little worlds. What's right for you is not necessarily right for someone else. Your perspective is your perspective. It's not someone else's perspective. They have their own. And so this whole and that's 2D thinking, is when you think their perspective is wrong because it's not mine. And that's really where it comes from. They don't think like me, so they're wrong. So this is what we really need to get above, and start getting to the point where we understand that everyone, is right for them. Sure, we all have more to learn, but the other thing is, most people started off believing the system, believing the lies. So, we've all been there, right? So to judge someone for being where you've been is also, you might want to think about that. So I'm probably not talking to anyone who's in this position. I know that you're all amazing. But I did want to get that out, because I do see a lot of it. People just, they wake up and then it's suddenly, I'm right, and that makes you wrong, so I'm going to sit here and yell at you. And that doesn't help anybody or anything. All right, how are we going? 16 people here. Oh, King Dave, how you going? Welcome. Don't surrender to the agenda. Nice. High definition gardens. Oh, I like that name. Waking up from hypnosis. Yes. It's not very hip, that gnosis. Not hip knowledge. Kappa, how you going? Welcome. Nim, hello. The spells go deep. Yes, spelling, right? First thing they teach us in school, how to be a good speller. Or how not to be a good speller, probably, how to be good at being under their spell. It's an ongoing process consisting of never-ending rabbit holes. At some point, you've got to start acting instead of being conspiratorial sponge till the end of time. Exactly. Authority, yeah. Yeah, exactly right. Authority. They're the authors. And that's it's right there in the word. They're writing this reality. Peter, how you going? Welcome. So yeah, this is the other thing about, that's so 2D, isn't it? Authority is so 2D thinking. It's you're right, we're right, and so that makes you wrong, so we're going to lock you up. And most of it doesn't even have to do with the law. If it did, we wouldn't have judges and things, would we? We wouldn't have all these battles in court. We would know that's right or that's wrong. We have evidence and witnesses. So, all this battling, the law is not even, consistent. But yeah, the law as well, it's a spell. Law is actually, it should be LORE, right? Law, not LAW. 2D is what the spells are written on. Yeah, exactly right. On paper. Yeah, nice one. I think the hologram is 2D, and where they are tricking us. Yeah, that's what they're trying to keep us down in. Yeah, I was talking to Bernard, and that's coming up Saturday, that interview. And also King Dave. What's your full name? The Felon Show with King Dave. We had a chat. Oh, when was that? Yesterday, Dave? I don't even know what day it is. So that'll be up on Friday. Chat with King Dave. So make sure you check that out. That is very interesting. And what was I talking about? Yeah. They're trying to keep us in this 2D reality, which is, look around, right? Rich, poor, right, wrong, all this stuff, what countries, right? They're always fighting. And war. What is war? How 2D? I keep looking at my microphone instead of the camera. How 2D is war? Seriously, you're wrong. We're coming to kill you. And this is what we've been trapped in for the last at least a few hundred years. But then they use their spells, right? There's a line from 1984 that says, "He who controls the past controls the present." How true is that? Because he who controls the past, he who has rewritten or written the past, right, his story, controls how we view ourselves in the present. So if we see the past as their story of where, from cavemen and all we've ever done is run around trying to kill each other, then of course that's going to make it more acceptable, to individuals and society to do those kind of acts, to be aggressive and, to cause harm, because we think, oh, well, that's that's it. That's the default excuse, isn't it? Oh, well, that's just, it's just what we are, right? We came from monkeys, which of course we didn't. Yeah. So 3D thinking is about getting that, starting to think, getting away from right or wrong, getting into the gray, not the grays, but the gray, the gray matter, right? Using the gray matter to start to extrapolate information and start to get more points of views. And what happens is the more points of views you get, they just start to link up in your mind. And this is how we build perspective. And you want it to be your perspective. You don't want it to be given to you. So this, again, this waking up thing, don't get all your information from one person, because what if they're wrong? This is why we need lots of different, perspectives and points of views so that we can see things clearly from where we stand. This whole, guru thing, which I'm going to get onto. I've been meaning to do a video on that, about the whole online guru kind of thing. Just follow me and I'll teach you, the secrets of the universe and all this wealth and everything. That doesn't work. The success rate is 3% and under. So, if you instead spent your time just watching videos from lots of different people who would actually achieve something, then you would learn enough to go out and do it. And, you're saving yourself the 10, 20 grand. So it's all about different perspectives and, bridging that gap between what right and wrong, which is judgment. And so that's moving into the 3D world. And then, of course, when we get there, then we need to start thinking more, holistically as a whole. We start to then see that this is one you know, system that we're all in here together. This is one experience that we're sharing together, and we're all involved, and what we do affects everyone else in the system, and that's 4D when it really gets integrated. But I mean, this is a thing. We need to get everybody to 3D first before we can go to 4D. Of course, you know, that may have happened. Of, you know, NPCs, we don't really know what's going on. I just watched a bit of I'm only halfway through it, Sonia's last chat, the Tree of Knowledge, a chat with Laura, Lorra, and yeah, Sonia talks about in 2017 there was like an energetic shift, and basically so whatever wherever you were vibrating is you know where you ended up. So there was like a vibrational cut, I guess, and everyone above that cut who was vibrating above it went up into a new world or whatever, and everyone who was below it stayed in the low world, and so that yeah, apparently has already happened. And we're seeing, you know, I mean, look what's going on in the world at the moment. It's just crazy land. So, you know, so we may actually be in you know 4D already, or the proper 3D. I'm not sure. But yeah, they're definitely trying to still drag people down. You know, maybe we're still in the transition, and they can still, you know, get us. And if they can get us into judgment, then we go down again. So don't do that. It doesn't sound like fun. All right, how are we going here? James Bush, thinking isn't easy. That's why people judge. Oh, Carl Jung. Yes, Jung is good. Much better than, oh God, what was the other one? The mother issues dude. Freud. Yeah, read Jung, not Freud. High definition gardens. The more they push down, the higher we can go. Yeah, exactly right. Be like a beach ball in underwater. When the further they push it down, the more you're just gonna pop back up again. He who controls the now controls the past. Yeah, well, that is true as well, because as we know, the past is written. It's written from now. It wasn't written in the past, most of it. We haven't come from the Stone Age in the way we were told. Yeah, well, yeah, nice. Yeah. But we sure are headed there if we lose. Yeah, but the Stone Age, right? What's the Stone Age? Was that the megalithic Stone Age when we were building megalithic walls and star forts? Here's the point where I run into an issue. Flat Earth, basic natural science contradicts every aspect of us living on a spinning ball. Yes, there is no room for belief once you see the big lie. Yeah, yeah. Basic, yeah, science contradicts. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I don't see it as a matter of perspective. Nobody is living on a spinning. Yeah. I think those lovely people are still. I better be careful what I read. They might give me one of those warnings again. Last time I spoke about this, I got a warning on my video. Flat Earth is deadly. I think those lovely people are still under. Yeah, but I mean, this is the thing. You know, we all believed it, right? We all believed it. We didn't question it. And the difference is that, and I mean, and I'm sure that most of you are the same. When I first heard it, I didn't want to look into it. I didn't. I just thought it was stupid. And back then, you know, there was a lot of people coming out saying, "Oh, it's a psyop, it's a psyop," and so I went, "Oh yeah, it must be a psyop." But I literally had 2 people come to my house and tell me I had to research it. And yeah, well, you know, parallax, right? The rest is history. And I'm actually going to do a talk with Bernard Conkin, Bernie, and hopefully Martin, just on alchemy and the whole fact that it doesn't work. It only works in an enclosed system, and even star signs, they don't work unless it's an enclosed system, because how could, you know, 10 stars that are billions of, or millions, whatever, hundreds of millions of miles away, light years away from each other, so they have actually no effect on each other in the model we're given, They just happen to make that shape from where we sit on our perspective in an endless universe. And so they got nothing to do with each other at all. So how do they affect us? And this is something that's been talked about, horoscopes and that, and the effect of them forever, from the oldest writings. So, and also, there's the planets, wandering stars used to be called gods and everything. Again, how are they going to have a proper energetic effect on us if they're millions of miles away? It doesn't make sense. So that is coming up. Geocentric is not a trigger word. It's eccentric. Geocentric is a good alternative. So what I started off saying is, we all believed, whatever you believe now, we all at one point or still do believe, in the ball hurtling through space. And so this is exactly what I was talking about, right? It's like if we then go, oh well, of course it's flat, we can see that now. If you then start judging people like, oh, they're so stupid, why can't they say it's flat? Well, you've just gone straight back to 2D thinking. The best thing to do is to just understand you were there as well. I keep looking at my microphone. I'm going to have to move it. We were all there, right? So to judge someone for what you used to be, I mean, that wouldn't it be better to help them? And helping is also not telling someone, because that's 2D. If you're there telling someone you must believe this or you're stupid, that's judgment. That's not, that's not discussing things. And all that does is make that person think, oh, this guy's an idiot, I'm not going to listen to him. It gives them an excuse to prove themselves right. So just keep that in mind. We were all there. This is all a journey. We all got indoctrinated. We all went into grade 1 at school and saw the globe and all the movies and all this kind of stuff. So no one can be blamed. I mean, there's stuff that we believe. Everyone here, there's stuff that we all believe that I'm sure is not true, and that we're going to find that out as we go forward. So it's it's a journey of opening of, it's like the higher you climb, the further you can see, right? It's a journey of opening your vision to see more, being more expansive. And so the best we can do is talk to people, and don't tell them the best normally is just to drop, seeds. And if they pick them up, good-o. If they don't, they'll come and talk to you, if they got questions. But don't tell people, because people don't want to be told. Because when you tell someone something, if they have to believe you, you're telling them they're wrong, and no one wants to be wrong. Zal, how you going? Gabrielle, hello. Oh, 666. Oh, versus 333. 67%. Well, there you go. Bit of maths. Yeah, well, what's that? 999. You see, and this is the thing, right? 369. 9 is the God number. 3 and 6 equal 9. 6 and 3 rotate. They spin with 9 at the top when you look at how their numbers are formed. So this whole, I mean, it's the same thing, right? 666. It's just a number. It's just 3 numbers next to each other. If you went back in time, that wouldn't even be 3 numbers next to each other. It'd just be 3 shapes. So everything only has the power that you put into it. This is how like voodoo works, right? Voodoo dolls and things like that, and hexes. They only work because they get into people's minds, and it's the person themselves that does the damage because they believe it. They believe they've been hexed, or they believe, someone's got their soul in a voodoo doll. So it's the same with anything, right? Religion, it's only as powerful as the belief you put into it. So with all these, I mean, you can get a million different answers for 666. It's the amount of carbon we have in our body. It's the number of man. It blah blah blah. It equals 18, which is 9. I mean, there's just so many different things. But again, it's just symbology. Symbols only have the power we put into them. And this is belief, right? if you believe in something, you're empowering it. So yeah, all these sigils and things and spells and that's all it is. It's a mind game. They're just playing with your mind and your beliefs. So I yeah, this is the thing. 666. What's that? 6, 12, 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 is the God number. 9 is the creation number. So how does the Trinity times 666 equal God? You can look at things so many different ways, and this is again why the more information you have, the more perspective you have, the more that you're not bound to a judgment. It's just a journey of broadening our perception, and the more we put things in judgment, the less the less perception we have, the less we see things. And this is the thing. It's like if you were born in a different culture, well, if the word sounds different and has a different vibrational tone, how does that have the same effect as the translated word in a different language? It doesn't. Only the belief we put into it. Now, I mean, obviously that's different to harmonics, but as far as the sound, it's all belief. We make things powerful or we make them weak, and this is stress. This is why people get stressed. This is why people spiral down. They prove themselves right that things are bad because they focus on the bad. Like the people are out to get us. And sure they are, but I mean, all you need to know is, yeah, they are. Then you don't need to focus on that anymore. Then you need to focus on how do we get, solutions? How do we get out of this? Am I rambling? Sorry. Hologram Earth. Jason, how you going? Hologram. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, essentially it pretty much probably is all a hologram of some kind. Everything's energy, right? Even solid things are not even there. Everything is pretty much 99+% space. 666 and the magic square of the sun is pretty interesting. I haven't seen that, Gabriel. I'll have to check it out. Capalicious. Actually, I'm doing a chat with Dave Weiss. Dave Weiss. On Auto Channel. I've just sort of about to book it, so coming up in the next few weeks. So that should be interesting. Suddenly getting all these flat realm requests. If you add up the numbers from 1 to 30, yeah. I saw that in a video the other day. What was that in? I can't remember, but I saw that in a video, Gabriel. Yeah. Can't remember the video now. The Vodafone symbol. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's like the Google as well, isn't it? Like the sort of the 3 in the spiral. They're not allowed to use spirals. That's spiraling down. I don't. Come on, Gabriel. You're an angel, mate. Give us all the answers. How about CERN? 666 right there, pretty blatantly. Yeah, well, I mean, is CERN real? What proof do we have? It's another thing. They can tell us all these things and they can show us their nice videos, which, could be real or it could be a sci-fi movie. I mean, you tell the difference, right? So this is all fear, right? CERN is all being based around, they put it out and then all the stories start spreading. Oh, it's going to open wormholes for demons. It's going to blow up the world. It's going to do this and this. We don't really have proof that it exists. So I guess I would, we've got to focus on what we can change. I mean, I just think so much of it is, authority, right? The authors, it's just their crappy story trying to keep us down in the right, wrong, black, white, 2-dimensional world. I love David Weiss. Yes, I'll let him know, Kaffa. He's called Berserker Bear, had a chat with him this morning. People are arguing over the shape of the earth when this is a realm. Yeah, well, I find it funny that everyone keeps using the word round. you know, especially people that they're like, oh, we're shooting through space. It's definitely round. It's like, well, you do understand round is a two-dimensional shape, don't you? You might be looking for the word sphere. Um, yeah. Is this Face Diaper? Hello. No, this is not my backup channel. This is a completely different channel. This is Spiral Up, which is based more on just, shall we say, Campbellosophy. Yeah, just where I sort of chat to people about how I see the world, and yeah, hopefully can give a few pointers, make people think. But yeah, I stay away generally from the history and everything else on this channel. Iwaranons, Zal. That is up on Dave Weiss's second channel, which is the I'm going to get this wrong, but like the Sun, Moon, Earth clock app channel. And I also, who else? I saw someone else uploaded it, but you'll find it anywhere. If you just put in Iwa, about 4 or 5 people have uploaded the whole thing now, and definitely go check it out. That's not from history. CERN is repurposed old. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Could be Zal. Yeah, we don't know what it is. Michael, how you going? Very good advice there. Stay positive. You'll never regret it. Exactly. I think we are in a spiritual matrix playing in 3D, and the digital holographic matrix is playing in 2D. Well, what are dreams, right? Where do we go in our dreams? We seem to have a lot less restrictions, shall we say, in dreams. It's a lot more of a fluid environment. So, I've often thought, is it flipped that much? Is the dream when we're awake? We just can't remember it because we think it's the dream. And this is the waking state is the dream. It's pretty weird at the moment, right? They tell us there are 30,000 hadron colliders besides CERN. Yeah, I've heard something like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, how? I mean, maybe it's all repurposed. Yeah, maybe they found it all and they don't know what it is. So they're just saying we built it and we're smart. So, speed of light, atoms. Capelicious has posted some channels. Is that Dave that you're posting? Cambell, is Campbellism. Campbellosophy, thank you very much. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't put a P in my name too. I don't have a P in my name for anyone who's wondering. No P in this Campbell soup. All right, how are we going here? Yeah, so basically, that's really what I wanted to sort of cover today is, they're my channels. Oh, thank you, Capelicious. Well, there you go. There's those links are my 2, history-based channels, though Auto One is quickly turning into I don't know, like a podcast almost. I've got so many interviews. It's ridiculous. Yeah, like seriously, did 2 yesterday, 1 today. I've got 1 each for the next few days. I've got about 3 booked for next week. I need an assistant. Anyone out there work for free? And also, please share this around, guys. I'm almost at 2,000 subs on this channel. Which I'm really happy about because I don't really promote this channel. I try not to promote it on my other channels just to sort of keep it separate. So yeah, it's going really well, and everyone always tells me that they're sharing this, and I get thank you for your feedback. Like this channel it's ridiculous. Like literally there's a few videos that aren't 100% likes, and that's ridiculous. And I've also got an interview coming up with Howdy McCloskey. If you don't know Howdy, go check out his channel. It's called Howdy McCloskey Talks, and he is a very wise man. So we're going to talk about the more sort of spiritual matters. But yeah, so that should be really good. He's a deep thinker. So check out that. That will be up next week. And did I mention another one with another chat with Anara, Sayonara, coming up. God, I was trying to stick to three uploads. I might have to go to 4 uploads a week now. It's just bizarre. Our story chat. Oh, nice. Yeah, cool. Okay, there you go. Spiral Up is our story channel. I like that, Kappa. Thank you. The animation called Waking Life was cool. Is that from Dave, is it? Oh, thanks, Kappa. There you go. Guys, he has posted Dave Weiss's channel as well. So go check them out. Thank you, Kappa. You're doing a splendid job today. Face Typer, I do. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Face Typer. That's very nice. Death is an Illusion. Yeah, right. Recommend a book called The Life Between Lives, Dr. Whitten. I think I've seen a couple of his videos where he basically interviews people about past lives. And I mean, this is the thing, right? Past lives. I mean, what are they? This is, I mean, clearly we've most people down here have had, it seems, multiple, incarnations in this realm. And maybe that's what this Great Awakening is that we're finally going to get out of that cycle. But yeah, there's kids around who have said they're somewhere else and they go to that, they direct, they can direct people to the house and they go in and they know all the people in there and everything. And they say, oh, I'm the dead father or whatever. So there's a lot of evidence for multiple lives for sure. Oh, really? I didn't know how he was on Crow. I'll have to check him out. Yeah, he gets around. He's a smart boy. Your recent work with Bernie, Michelle, and Paul. Oh, thank you. Mud Flood Everywhere. Yes. I've recorded another one with Bernie. That'll be coming up Saturday, and then Monday we're doing another one with Michelle and hopefully Paul. Hopefully it'll be all 4 of us on, and then Bernie and Martin as well. Just a few interviews coming up, guys. Just a couple. Lucky we're in a scamdemic. Hey, if I had a job, I would not be able to do all this. Alrighty. So check out all that other work, guys. If you haven't seen my Autodidactic channels, check them out if you're into the history and stuff. But like I said, on Autodidactic, there's it's sort of branching out a bit. I'm also doing bi-weekly, like every 2 weeks, a chat with Lorenzo from the New Now. And there are some chats of Lorenzo up on this channel as well. And we're actually doing a, I really don't know what it is, an online seminar, event, symposium thing, something else I've been invited to. So we're doing like a test run on Monday, I think. And so when I know more about that, I'll put a video up on this, because that's going to be something that it's like an online event where you can come in. As far as I know, it's going to be free, as far as I know. If not, it'll be very inexpensive, but I'm pretty sure it's all free. And there's going to be heaps of people in there talking about the kind of topics we talk about on this channel, on the Spiral Up channel. The yummy doctor, is that her name? The yummy doctor, Amanda. If you haven't heard of her, she's really cool. She's going to be there, and God, that's another interview I've got coming up hopefully in a few weeks. So heaps going on, guys. It's just are you enjoying the Great Awakening? I mean, it's just madness, isn't it? Like, it's like you can really see the split now as we have the people who like Bill's prick, and the people who it's not even an option for. We see what's going on. So I don't even know where we're going to be in a few months. Like they're starting to try, so my advice would be, if you got kids at school, pull them out like immediately. don't let them go back. They're pushing this agenda now in schools. You know, they want Bill to put his prick in all the kids, and that's just, I mean, and this is it, right? This is how we know who the, you know, those who shouldn't be in control are. Who do they go for, right? The elderly first, then the children. You know, cowards, anyone? So, you know, it's time to keep your eyes peeled. As far as, you know, I don't think we're going to be able to talk anyone out. If someone's had the jabby jab, you know, what do? You know, if you've got any, if you, I don't know, recommend some good herbal tea to them. You know, I mean, really all they can do is focusing on detoxing, but I don't know if even that's going to help. I mean, and in the end, we don't even, I don't know, are they NPCs? But it's just a time to be aware and awake of who's around you guys. Make connections with people who think like you, people who can see what's going on, form groups, even if they're online groups, which is something else that Bernie's working on that, I think, but that's something that we're working on too, to try and get a chat together. And I am trying to do more lives and all this kind of stuff, premieres, because we really need to, you know, support each other, keep our energy up, because, you know, I think we're almost through this, but we just don't know. It could get rough, but as long as you know, stand in your power and don't be swayed. Don't because remember, all this swaying, all this people trying to make you change your mind. Understand where that's coming from. It's coming from the parasites. So you know, so this is the thing. We've got to stand up, right? Be brave. Stand in your power. Stand up for the children. Who, you know, again, how do you want to be remembered? You know, what stories will they tell about you? Because there'll be many books written about this time. You know, that'll probably, you know, span the next age, the next 2,000 years. So you know, it's a lot to think. You know, but definitely don't get stressed out. Don't fall into the judgment, because you see, this is the other thing is stress only lives in the 2D world, right? Stress can only live if things are right and wrong. If things are just a perspective, well, what's there to get stressed over? It's just a perspective. You know, you can only get stressed when it's right or wrong. They're wrong. They must change. Rah, 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 rah. It's them who are making my life bad. It's got nothing to do with me. It's them. Yeah, 2D thinking. All right. All right. So 45 minutes. I'll read a few more and then I shall let you all go and get on with your days. Michael has never had deja vu, but have had Fuja Day. Very nice. See, I'm not dyslexic either. I'm slick-dexic. Crow talked about those World's Fairs. Yeah. Howdy's written a book on the World's Fairs. It is available. Unfortunately, the only place I know is Amazon, but it is available. I believe it's just called the World's Fairs by Howdy McCloskey. Zal, Sonia and Laura post. Yeah. I'm halfway through that, Zal. Amanda Volmer, yes, that's her, Zal. Thank you. She actually has an H in her name, after the D, I think. Maybe it's after the A. I don't know. But yeah, she's cool. She's awesome. She's a naturopath. She's homeschooling her daughter. Very clear in her perspective, shall we say. Check out her channel, her last live stream. It's from a few weeks ago, but really, really good. And so, yeah, I'll be getting her on a chat as well on this channel. Chelation. What is chelation therapy? I've heard of that. Co-wards. Nice. Thank you. High Definition Gardens. The cowards are co-wards of who? The authority, the authors. Co-wards of the story. See, it's all in the spells, guys. It's all in the spells. The jabbed have woke up. Yeah, would be wise to build a Faraday cage. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you've had it, or God, I hope none of you have had it, but if you know anyone who's had it who might be regretting their decision, just detox, 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 detox. Water fast. Get them on a water fast. Martin said he would set up a Telegram group. Telegram doesn't censor. It's kind of like WhatsApp. Cool. Telegram. I think I've got Telegram. Again, I'm in too many groups. Cool. Well, I'll have to get on to Martin, but we'll get one set up, because I think all we need really is one. The last thing we want to do is have everyone set up a Telegram group, because then we're just splitting it all. It'd be good to just have one where everyone can go and chat. Shine light on the realm, radiate the divine, forgive them and move forward. Exactly. Because if you're thinking about them, as they say, they're living rent-free in your mind. Turn into the creator's frequency. We are eternal. We are. Exactly. And we are the creation. Of course, by the creator. And of course, if we're the creation, then that would probably mean that our job is to create, right? And this again is what the parasites stop. They steal all the ideas and then invert them and put them out as their own. And this has got to stop. We've got to stop falling for this. I get the feeling that I've never... Oh, really, Michael? Yeah, I don't know about me. Oh, God, who knows? I do have a few sort of memories, I think, maybe. Who knows where they're from, though, from what reality. All I can tell you about this reality is, seriously, I ever since, I've just been confused, was less confused now. But yeah, no, when I was young, like my earliest memories pretty much are, where am I? And I had this this sort of memory or feeling that it was like I'd bought a ticket to go somewhere and I'd ended up in the wrong place, but everyone was trying to convince me it was the right place. And that's one of my earliest memories. I've never felt normal here. I don't know. From day dot, I was just like, what is going on? There's something wrong here. So who knows? What I do know is we're all here for a reason. We've all got our part to play. We're all a piece of the puzzle. And of course, you can't get the beautiful picture unless all the pieces are there, right? So this is why it's, this whole, awakening, moving forward thing. It's a coming together is what it is. It's realizing that we're all one. We're all valuable. We all have our part to play and our gifts to give. And it's the old thing, guys. I mean, they have their spells, but they can't get rid of some truths. Together we are strong. Divided we fall. We know this. So, and of course, they try and get rid of the sayings as well, right? And I'm going to do a video on that as well. All these sayings that used to sort of work as a default for ethics. So even if you didn't have someone that went through ethics and give you a strong sort of guide, you still had all these sayings, that were like an ethical guide. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. All these different sayings that sort of taught us how to live and be good people. They've gone too, right? So there's this whole thing. It's a remembering, really. Gaining knowledge is more remembering. It's more opening up your mind to receive more that you already know, rather than finding new knowledge. Another thing, I was talking to this with Sonia and Callum the other day, is it's like when you learn something new, as soon as you sort of know it and it's in your consciousness, it's like you've always known it. It's like you've just remembered it. Do you get that? I get that so often, that it's not a process of learning more. It's open. It's right. It's when the statue is not finished when there's more to add. The statue is finished when there is no more to take away. So it's opening up to what we used to be, and not taking on more perspective and opinion and crap. stripping away and getting back to the truth. Does that make sense? Kappa definitely walked this realm before. Amanda, indeed, yes. Turns out I know. Oh, was she on Crow as well? Gee, man, Crow gets all the good people. Jeez. I'm gonna have to get better. I'm gonna have to do Cam 888. Yeah, Cam 888. Then I'll be one rank above. I'm actually thinking of getting a podcast together too. So when I get some of that stuff they call time, Zal Moxus, same here. What? Never felt like you were meant to be here. It's a weird feeling, isn't it? My earliest memory was, who are these people? I'm still asking that question. Yeah, I mean, I just, black sheep, anyone? Yeah, I just, yeah. I mean, family dinners, right? You've probably all had the same thing. It's just pretty much blah, blah, blah. Then someone says something, I'll make a comment, and then it's just, yeah, you know the deal. When I heard the adoption term and learned what it meant, seriously, Nim, when I was, I used to try and work out how I'd been adopted and where I'd come from. And like literally I'd go into it and I'd be like, my sister's got to be in it. How's she involved? Blah, blah, and I'd really try and work out, because I seriously believe that, God, I still half do, I guess, that I was adopted. Unfortunately, like, I'm pretty much looking, very much like my mum. So, that was kind of hard to get away from. But yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm adopted. No, I agree, Nim. Let's get this done and take off. Thank you, Kappa. Peter was. What is happening amongst the guinea pigs is interesting. Forget the fear porn. The majority are suffering something. Yeah, exactly. Loss of short-term memory is just one of the. Yeah. I mean, imagine being one of these people and having all this stuff go on that's gone on in the last 18 months and just believing the script. I mean, how confused must they be? Like, because none of it makes sense at all, which is why so many people are waking up, obviously. But yeah, I mean, that headspace must be just terrible. Crow is a hustler. He's a smart boy. The memory is in the ether of the field. Yeah, this is why they have, the Akashic records, all that kind of stuff. Again, that came up in a chat with Bernie. Memory, yeah. And with that word ether, I like the way you've spelled it there, High Definition Gardens, because that AE sound, which is like an A, that they used to say aether, and now it's ether, right? That AE, that was in heaps of words. I think Greek still has it as a letter, but they took it out of our alphabet and changed them all to E's. So there you go. The memory is in the yes. We're all black sheep researchers. Yes. Oh God. I'm also having black sheep researcher on for a chat. Oh my God. I'll fit it in somewhere. But yes, I've just sent some emails to him, so that'll be coming up next week. Thank you, Crystal. Maybe I'll have to get Crow on. I'll get Crow on, hey? I'll interview the Crow boy. Oh, Stuff Beagle, how you going? Welcome. Waking up sucked, yet so satisfying. Yes, I mean, you wouldn't want to be asleep, would you? It can be a shock to the system, but yeah, exactly. You wouldn't want to be asleep, especially at this time. I still hear the echo in my mind. You will act normal. Definitely don't do that. Oh, imagine being a normie. No. That's why it starts with no. They've always been craved for the deeper type of convos, never got that itch scratched. Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing, right, Kappa? I literally had, when I was growing up, because, pre-internet, showing my age, I had the encyclopedias, the old World Book in the little brown bookshelf thing. I had them in my room, and basically all the books I could find, and I didn't have no idea what I was looking for. I'd literally just open them up at random pages and start reading, and yeah. So it was good to find I wasn't the only weirdo out there. Terrestrial man, blah, 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 blah. It's where I've been last few months, boot on the ground style research. What did I, amongst the, yeah, right. I like research into the zombies, shall we call them that? What do we call them? The masses. Oh God, masses. See, masses. Another word. They even hacked exactly, to ether, exactly. So they took out the A, right, which is the alpha, right? The number one, the big boy, alpha, took it away. I stared at people outside today with masks on because it was 100 degrees. Yeah. We're in lockdown in Perth. Of course, because 3 people out of a population of over 1.5 million have apparently got symptoms. So they locked the whole state down. And more than that, they told everyone that only essential workers could go to work. Only essential businesses were allowed open. But McDonald's is open. So we know what's essential. Oh, Richie, how you going? You just woke up. Did ya? God, mate, you've got a lot to know. You're going to be shocked with what's been going on. Sorting out the wheat from the chaff is what we are all experiencing. Yeah, definitely. Oh, Kappa, there you go. Stuff Beagle's channel, everyone. Kappa's just posted the link. Go check out Stuff Beagle. Does good work. What are they called? Hydro. Oh gosh, my brain's not working. I'm just going to read, and then I don't have to think. I still hear the echo in my mind. I've already read that. Gosh. Where are we? Many people, yeah. I mean, and this is what we need to do, right? And it's time. We've spent our whole lives being, the shunned weirdos, and now it's being proven that we were right all along. But yeah, we just need to stick together, definitely. Truth is hidden but cannot be removed. Exactly. I was impressed with the protests in Australia. Was that on the weekend? There were lots going on the weekend in Australia, and that was actually it wasn't against the the jail clink clink. It was against the bloody censorship. I can't speak. Against the P files. Can we say that? And those type. And yeah. So they hit the streets. So, and this is the other thing, right? It's not just one issue now. It's all coming out. It's all coming out into the open. So it is, it's the apocalypse, guys, because apocalypse comes from the Greek apocalypta, which basically is a literal translation to the lifting of the veil. Does that mean every wedding's an apocalypse? Doesn't sound so good, does it? Yes, apocalypse, the lifting of the veil. And of course, when you lift the veil, you can see a lot more clearly. Is that why is that why brides wear veils so they can't see their husbands? Oh my God. What's going on with weddings, marriages? All right. UK had massive protests too. Yeah. Oh, the UK is just going off. They're awesome. They had a dance party. Did you see that? They literally they just said, we're having a dance party, and they just drove 2 big vans up in the street full of speakers, and they just turned them on, and they had thousands, tens of thousands of people just filling the streets dancing. It was awesome. And this is what we need. I mean, that's the best kind of protest, right? It's so much better than standing out, because the last thing you want to do in a protest is ask. You see these people with, asking, give us our rights back. But no, you tell them, you work for us, get stuffed, we're dancing, try and stop us. So that's the way to do it. Get out there, raise the energy, dance, have fun, and just with the attitude of, What do you mean? This is our world. This is our realm. If we want to dance, we will dance. If we want to hug, we will hug. If we want to run around not looking like cowboys with neckerchiefs on our face, we will do that. And this is how we go forward. None of this asking stuff. No, you don't ask, someone to not rob you. You take them out. This is not happening. Blast them with love. Exactly right. Good vibrations. Delta waves. Solfeggios. 432. And that's one thing. I hope it was all tuned to 432. If you're going to have a dance party, 432 it. Gillette, Wyoming is open with no restrictions, but people are just closing their businesses and moving. Yeah. Well, I mean, what would you do at this point? See, that's what they did in Melbourne. Now, Melbourne, Victoria has been just hammered with lockdowns. They've got a complete communist in as their leader, Dan Andrews. And basically they had a long weekend coming up, and the government were just going along basically promoting, it's going to be a big weekend. And so all the business owners, retailers and that, stocked up, got ready for a big weekend. And then the day before, guess what happened? Lockdown. How much money do you think got wasted? How much food do you think is going to be thrown out? And so if you were a business, and this is 18 months into this, and that happened to you, why would you stick around? You'd be trying to sell up everything you had and just getting the hell out. And this is, of course, what they want, which is why people should just open up. And, if you're going to open up, make sure you get 10,000 people down there, because no cops are getting through 10,000 people. My little rant. We are temples of the Creator. Never let them inside. I agree. Victoria is the first canton to fall. Carton. Victoria bitter carton. Well, Victoria is bitter at the moment. And they're going as well. They are going up the East Coast. They are going for Sydney and Queensland and New South Wales as well. I haven't heard a lot from the ACT, probably nothing at all there, because that's where all the pollies live. Haven't heard of any shutdowns. Definitely, I'm sure the brothels are all still open up out there in Canberra. Essential, right? So it's just us that they're stuffing with, and this is all just to, it's almost like they know they're gone, they're on their way down, screaming, and they're just trying to do as much damage as they can on the way out. And I think that's what's happening. So we just got to send our power. Notice it's all crap. Tell them they're crap and they're nothing. Have that, and then forget about them and start building the world we want. As Buckminster Fuller said, you don't change the world by destroying the old system. You just look forward and build a new one to replace it. So there you go, guys. Your ranting's worse, is it, Alexandra? Yes. I can rant, but that was a half rant. All right, guys, it's been 53 of you watching. Thank you all for watching. I do love and appreciate you all. Like I said, I'm almost at 2,000 subs on this channel, so please do share these videos around if you think they will help people, help get the message out there, help wake people up, but wake them up in a nice way. Wake them up and let them know that they're the power, not that, they're suddenly in a world that's crap. We don't want that. We want people to know that when you're waking up, all you're doing is seeing the world is crap. So don't judge it as good or bad. Don't start yelling. Just move forward into more knowledge, which will give you more understanding, and move into the 3D world where you get that thinking, between the right and wrong. So 2D, right, wrong, black, white, judgment. 3D is the right, wrong with the thinking in the between, so you can make an opinion. And that, of course, is when we wake up, that's what we need to do. Because if we stay in 2D, we're in judgment, we're not really awake. We're just pretending. We're just yelling, we're just getting rid of, and it happens because, obviously people want to get rid of all this frustration. They've finally found why they were so stressed out and why nothing works. So I get that. But channel that energy into something of a high frequency? How can you turn that into something positive? How can you create with that? Because the 2D archons want you to send it down their way. But we're all better than that. Spiral it up, spiral up the frequency, and you will, spiral up your perspective and your life and your enjoyment of it. So there you go, a nice happy note to end on. Andrew Bartis calls it the sacred neutral. I agree, yes, save our children. Yeah, guys, it's on for the kids, so keep an eye out for yours, your family, and any that are around. Like I said, my advice, if they're at school, pull them out immediately. You can teach them more than they will learn. And I was listening to Dave Weiss with Berserker this morning, and he said, seriously, so we've got everything we need. We've got the internet now. We've got all the information. And what he said was get them to watch an episode of Crow every day and then talk to them about it at the end of the week. I mean, that's pretty good education just there, because all they need is the basic maths, and they don't need all this engineering trigonometry unless they're going to be an engineer, and really apart from that, all the other maths they get taught is economics. That's it. So you only need the basics in that. They need the advanced teaching in how to think, right? Education is about teaching a child how to think, not what to think. Did I say education? Yeah. Teaching, which is, what kids get done. They get taught. That's teaching a child how to think. What to think. Oh, my God. It's teaching a child what to think instead of how to think. So we definitely need to teach them how to think. There you go. Yes, public schools are evil. I agree. Be very wary of Bartzus. I don't even know who Bartzus is. Is he from The Simpsons? Evil Bartzus Simpson? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all. Stay awesome. Stay positive. Understand, even if there's bad stuff out there and weird people, you've got us. And we will get chats together where we can hook up and chat like a what are they called, Telegram, something like that. But yeah, you're not alone. We're all here with you. Keep up the vibration, spread the truth, and guys, look inside yourself, because there is greatness in there. And I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.